Well, good morning, folks. I am a first-time GS 1200 owner, and I just want to give you a couple of thoughts regarding this motorbike. I've never had a 1200 GS motorbike before. My previous bike was a Kawasaki Versus 1000, the first generation that came out. And what a beautiful bike. I enjoyed that motorbike tremendously. And I've done, since I bought this bike about a week and a half ago, I did almost 600 kilometers on it. And I paid a relatively good price for this bike. As in previous years, I always watched the guys that rode on this bikes, and it was always too expensive for me to buy because BMW is not a cheap bike. I'm in Namibia, and in Namibia we have vast open spaces. We have dirt roads, relatively good dirt roads, and you can take this bike and you can just ride for hours and hours and hours on end without seeing human beings, just seeing game and seeing the wildlife. And I will do sometime, I will take some video and do that. I will get some GoPro camera and start doing this. So I just want to give you a couple of thoughts about this 1200 GS. Remember, I've never had one before. And please excuse my English. I'm South African, or I'm Namibian. I speak Afrikaans, and sometimes my English just disappear. But nevertheless, I got this bike. It has 37,000 kilometers on it. When I bought it, let me just switch it on. It had 37,000 kilometers on it, and I just did about 764 kilometers with it in the three times I rode it. What a comfortable motorbike. I never knew. I always heard people say that BMW this GS is a very comfortable motorbike. Apparently the previous owner, not the one that I bought it from, the previous owner, the owner before him, had an accident with his bike, and he fell with the bike. Not a serious accident, but he fell with the bike. And you can see there's a small scratches here, but I'm not very worried about this. And even here, you can see on the pipe there, and if you go forward there, it didn't have this covers on. There's some accidents, but the guy that I bought this bike from totally repaired this bike. Totally repaired this bike. New shocks in the front, new handlebars, a new screen that he put on. He put on this headlight protector. He put on the side covers, this protection covers. He has put them on. And just fixed the stuff that was wrong with this bike. But I am very impressed with this. The missus and me on this bike, and I'm a big guy. I'm 6'6", 120 kilograms. The missus is 6'2", 6'3", and 92 kilograms. And what a pleasure on this GS. Boy, I was surprised to see this GS handle us in such a way. So there's a couple of things that this bike didn't come with the owner's manual, so I was struggling to adjust the trip meters in the front. And just about yesterday when we went for a trip, I found out that the trip meter is here. And I was searching on the internet to see how to work this instrument panel, and I couldn't find anything on YouTube on how to work it. And while I was riding, I saw that the trip meter is just there if you want to see the trips, and the headlights, the ABS, the horn, and he had this extra switch here for this lights that I actually like. I love them. So if I can switch them on, if you can see there, look at that. I just love it. I just love it. So that is extra. And the only thing that I need to be cautious of is to not forget to switch them off when we stop somewhere. But really, 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 I am so impressed with this bikes. And if there is someone that can give me more tips on the GS, this I will just leave some comments below and tell me what we can do to better this thing. You know what I'm very impressed about is the power of this 1200. I know this is not the 1250 or the newer generation water cooled. This is still the air cooled, but boy, this thing has power. And I see this. The one thing I saw was this, and I believe that this is the 2005 Adventure. Some of you guys that know this GS bikes better, please talk to me in the comments and tell me, how can you differentiate, if that is the word, between the normal GS and the Adventure? Because I know that the spoke wheels are one of the characters of the GS, but I mean, you can put it as an aftermarket on a normal GS and it can look like an Adventure, if you know what I'm talking about. So if you can give me some things to look for, differences between the Adventure and the normal GS in the 2005 to 2009, I think, before the water cooled came out, I'll very much appreciate that. And then another thing that I'm very impressed about is, I had it on my Versus as well, is this shock damper. I don't know how to actually use it, because there's a medium, a hard and a soft, and I don't know where the gauge is supposed to be to really feel that. But overall, I am very impressed about this GS. It's the first time I've ever owned one, and I am impressed. Quite a heavy bike. The missus is also a rider, and I'm very skeptical because of the weight of this GS. Very skeptical to let her ride it. If you understand what I'm saying, because that first 2 seconds when you pull away, that is when it seems to me it's on its heaviest. And if you cannot manage it from the after that, it is as light as a feather. But it is there just to keep control of it from the beginning. Very impressed. I'm very impressed. So you GS guys, old timers, please give me some heads up. Please give me in the comments below. Please give me some tips on what I can do. And then the other thing I want to do, I'm really looking forward to do, is I want to keep this canister, this GS canister, but I want it a little bit louder. Is there any way that inside of here there's something that you can take out or change or what, without damaging, really, if you understand what I'm saying, damaging this canister? Is there something I can do to get the sound a little bit deeper? I like the sound, but I want it a little bit louder. Because to go and buy an aftermarket exhaust or even a slip-on exhaust is going to cost me an arm and a leg, especially in Namibia. It's quite expensive. I know it's expensive all over. But guys, please talk to me. I'm a first timer in the 1200 GS, and I'm hooked. I am really hooked. I am very impressed. The engine is solid. There's no noises in the engine. As a matter of fact, the previous owner that I bought this bike from, oh yeah, there's another thing I want to talk to you about. I will just, he had everything done. He had, on this case, he had the timing spaces, or the valve spaces. He had everything done. He had timing tensioner guides on this engine, everything. He did everything. And I bought it for 62,000 Rand. Namibian dollars, Rand, it's the same amount. I don't know what that is in dollars. I think it's about divided by 18. That's the 1 rand is 18, or yeah, $1 is 18 rand. So that was the price, and I think it's a bargain. I think it is a bargain for this motorbike. So guys, please talk to me. This is the first of a couple of videos I will post in the future. And BM, I don't think I will really go for the newer bikes, because there's a lot of technology. I know that the engines has been improved and everything, but there's a lot of technology that I think is actually useless for me. I'm an old timer. I want to feel the bike. I don't want to, play with gadgets to turn off ABS, and ABS is good and everything. Another thing I want to, I'm 6'6". I already mentioned that. The first time I got into this bike, this is my problem. Let me just show you. This headers, both sides, especially this sensor that is here. Boy, oh boy, it's hitting me on the shins. Remember, I'm quite a tall guy. It was, and still is, quite a mindset for me when riding this bike to be aware of this thing. And it is both sides. I can even show you on this side, on my right leg, if you can see there, this is due to this. So there's a new mindset that I need to adopt when riding this bike. But that I'm impressed, boy oh boy, I am. See you guys, blessings. Talk to me in the comments, please. Ciao.